First off, we're going to start with multiplying radical expressions. The nth root of a times the nth root of b equals the nth root of a times b. Basically, if the nth roots are the same, you can multiply the radicands. So, the square root of 2 times the square root of 8 equals the square root of 16, which equals 4. The cube root of negative 5 times the cube root of 25 becomes the cube root of negative 125, which equals negative 5. And for the last problem, the cube root of negative 12 times the cube root of negative 18 equals the cube root of 216. You can factor out 216 and find that the answer is 6. Next, we're going to work on simplifying radical expressions. The square root of 72x cubed can be simplified to the square root of 6 squared times 2 times x squared times x. When simplifying, you need to remember to break it down, so like terms can be combined. Once you've combined like terms, you'll get the square root of 6 squared x squared times the square root of 2x, which equals 6 root 2x. Next, the cube root of 80n to the power of 5 becomes 2 cubed times 10 times n cubed times n squared. Once you've combined like terms, you should get the cube root of 2 cubed n cubed times the cube root of 10n squared. Your answer should be 2n cubed root 10n. In the next problem, you'll be going through the same process. So the cube root of negative 250x to the power of 6, y to the power of 5, should equal negative 5x squared y, cube root 2y squared. Now in the next problem, you can multiply the numbers that are inside and outside of the radical symbol. So, first you end up with 20 root 12x squared y squared, which equals 40xy root 3. Now we're moving on to dividing radical expressions. The nth root of a over the nth root of b equals the nth root of a over b. So with that knowledge, we can put the first problem in the correct format, which is the cube root of 32 over negative 4. Then simplify that and you'll get the cube root of negative 8, which equals negative 2. Next, we're looking for the cube root of 162x to the 5th power over 3x squared, which simplifies to become the cube root of 54x cubed, which equals 3x cubed root 2. Now, onto rationalizing denominators. Rationalizing means removing radicals from the denominator by multiplying. In the first problem, the square root of 2 over the square root of 3 is multiplied by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3, which equals the square root of 6 over 3. Next, we have the square root of x cubed over the square root of 5xy. Multiply that by the denominator in terms of 1 and you'll get the square root of 5x to the 4th power y over 5xy. After simplifying further, you'll find that you'll get x squared root 5y over 5xy, and your answer should be x root 5y over 5y. For the next equation, you can pause the video and try it yourself, and look up for hints when needed. Once you're finished, your answer should be square root of 15y over 5y.